Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Matt.
And I'm Nina.
Today we're looking at part 3 of our story, The Lion and the Mouse. So last time, at the end of part 2, we learned that the lion was now trapped in a net and was roaring. So loud roaring so everyone could hear, and the mouse ran to the lion.
Yes, so would you do that?
Well, I don't know. I don't think I would run to the lion, but would you?
I think I would if I were the mouse, because the lion has already proven that he doesn't need to eat me, right? So he could have, but he let me go. So I don't see why I wouldn't keep my word and go back to help him.
Okay, well, I wouldn't, because first, you don't know, if you were the mouse, you don't know why the lion is roaring.
Oh.
He might be angry again. He might be very hungry.
Okay.
There might be other danger there. So you might be running towards other danger, something more dangerous than the lion.
Okay, that might be a good point, actually. So, either way, this is a brave mouse for running towards the roar, right?
Yeah, so I guess I don't know what the mouse could possibly do to help a big lion, because, the lion should be strong enough to break through this net, and what's the mouse gonna do?
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to find out.
All right, well, let's see.
When the mouse reached the lion, she saw him struggling in the net. Right away, she ran to one of its big, thick ropes. She started to bite it.
Welcome back to part 3 of The Lion and the Mouse.
All right, let's see what happens now after the mouse has ran to the lion. When the mouse reached the lion, she saw him struggling in the net.
Okay, so the mouse finally found out what it was, why the lion was roaring. And in this case, I don't think it's something too scary. So it was a good thing the mouse ran to try and help the lion.
Well, it worked out this time, but you got lucky.
Yeah,
Mouse got
maybe.
lucky this time. Okay, so it found the lion struggling in the net. So to struggle means to use a great deal of force to try to get free of something, whether it's something that is, a physical thing that's holding someone like a net or a cage, and you're trying to get free using force, that's to struggle. It could also be trying to overcome something that is difficult, something with great difficulty. So you could, even struggle to finish a difficult homework assignment.
Yeah, or you could be struggling with money if you don't have enough. So continuing. Right away, she ran to one of its big, thick ropes. She started to bite it. Okay, so right away, straight away, without hesitation, she ran to one of its big, thick ropes. So one of its, meaning one of the net's ropes, right?
Yes.
Okay, and she started to bite it. So a thick rope. Thick is an adjective, and it means having a large distance between opposite sides. And the opposite of thick would be thin. So you could have like a thick book, right? So this would be thick, and this would be a thin book. For example, the book was very thick with hundreds of pages.
I know when I eat beef noodle soup and there's an option, I always choose the thick noodles.
Oh,
because I like them better than the thin noodles.
Yeah, I think they're definitely a better choice.
Okay, so this is a thick rope in this case. A rope is a kind of cord, so it's a long length of cord that is made by twisting together the fibers of different materials. So it's usually, when you think of climbing up something, we climb up a rope, on a boat or a ship, they use many ropes to tie it to the dock or to tie the anchor. Or you can use rope by, tying it together to make something like a net. So in this case, the rope has been made into a net.
Indeed. Okay, so the mouse started to bite the rope, the thickest rope. When you bite something, it means to cut or pierce with teeth. So just like we have to bite our food so that we can swallow it, right? For example, the dog might bite if it feels scared. Yeah, so my cat bites sometimes too, which isn't very nice.
All right, so the mouse is biting the rope. So a mouse has these, front teeth, which are very good for biting through and into things.
Yes.
So whereas a lion has very large pointy teeth, they're good for, eating things like meat or even biting bone.
Yeah.
But the teeth that a mouse has, the two front teeth, are very good for, slowly cutting through things, like how when a mouse, when you think of the typical hole in the wall from a mouse, it's because the mouse has chewed the hole through the wall using those front teeth.
Indeed.
So that's why this mouse is going to try to bite through the net, it sounds like.
Oh, okay. So the mouse just might be the lion's savior.
That's right. But we're going to find out, if this mouse is successful in helping this lion get out of the net when we come back to this story after this break.
Yeah, I'm also curious to see if the lion ends up eating the mouse still, because it went hunting and it didn't eat food yet.
That is true. It might still be hungry.
Okay.
The mouse kept biting until the rope came apart. She did that to the other ropes, and soon the lion was free. Then the mouse said,
"You laughed at my words before. However, I did pay you back. Now you see, even a mouse can help a lion."
That day, the lion learned a great lesson.
Welcome back, everyone. So before the break, the mouse finally reached the lion after hearing its roar. So the mouse probably wanted to help and actually saw the lion was struggling in the net and decided to bite onto the thickest rope of the net, right? So I'm guessing it's going to try and bite through it and free the lion.
All right, well, let's see what happens. The mouse kept biting until the rope came apart. She did that to the other ropes, and soon the lion was free.
Oh, wow. Okay, so she did it many times to all the ropes that actually made the net. At least did it enough for it to have a hole so the lion can be free. And when someone is free, it means they are not limited or controlled. So in this case, the lion was free of the trap or of the net. For example, you're free to leave. That means you can leave if you want. Continuing, then the mouse said, "You laughed at my words before. However, I did pay you back. Now you see, even a mouse can help a lion." That day, the lion learned a great lesson.
Okay, so he's learned a lesson. So when you learn a lesson, it means that you have learned something important or an important rule to live by in your life. If someone teaches you a lesson. So this is a story which has a lesson or a greater meaning within it. And where the lion has learned a lesson through experiencing this and through interacting with the mouse, readers of this story can also learn a lesson by knowing the lion's experience. So what is the lesson that we have learned from this story?
Well, I think just like the mouse said, even though you laughed at my words. And in this case, the lion laughed at the mouse because he thought, what could something as little as a mouse offer me? What could a mouse help me with? And the lesson is that no matter what size, shape, or form, you shouldn't underestimate someone, right? So I think everybody has something to offer and can help each other in different ways.
That's right. So everyone has, something that they can contribute. And so like even though the lion is big and powerful and probably important within the forest, other animals look up to the lion.
Yeah.
A small mouse can still be able to help the lion to have a great impact on, what happens with other animals in the forest.
Indeed. So everybody can help each other out.
So it reminds me of a time when I, helped there was a kitten which was hanging out outside my apartment.
Yes.
And it looked very hungry, so I gave it some food.
Okay.
So the kitten kept hanging out outside my apartment, and I didn't expect it to help me. I didn't laugh at it.
Okay.
But eventually the kitten got big and became a cat. And at this time, there were also some rats, eating food in my apartment.
Oh, really?
But the kitten paid me back by eating those rats.
Okay. Well, at least it helped you out with that.
Right. So it, I paid me back after I fed it, and, now I have a new friend.
That's good. I think I have the same relationship with my cats. I give them a roof over their heads. I give them food every day. And in return, they catch little pests like cockroaches if they see any.
Okay. All right, well, we've learned our lessons from this story, and I hope you've learned a lesson today from how that small mouse can help a big lion. And I'm sure we have more lessons to learn in the future, so I hope you come back, and we'll see you then.
See you next time.
When the mouse reached the lion, she saw him struggling in the net. Right away, she ran to one of its big, thick ropes. She started to bite it. The mouse kept biting until the rope came apart. She did that to the other ropes, and soon the lion was free. Then the mouse said,
You laughed at my words before. However, I did pay you back. Now you see, even a mouse can help a lion.
That day, the lion learned a great lesson.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 thick 形容词，粗的、厚的。James wore a thick sweater to stay warm in the cold weather. James 穿了一件厚毛衣，以便能在寒冷的天气中保暖。下一个单字 rope 名词，绳子。Only a few people could climb up the rope in PE class. 上体育课时，只有几个人会攀绳。下一个单字 bite 动词，咬，它的三态是 bite, bit, bitten. The dog will bite you if you try to take its food. 如果你试图拿走这只狗的食物，它会咬人。下一个单字 free 形容词，逃脱的，脱困的。The bird was free once it flew out of the cage. 鸟一飞出笼子就自由了。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 A sees B 加上 VING。A 看见 B 正在做某事。See 是一个感官动词，它的三态是 see, saw, seen。See 之后要接 VING， 接 VING 的时候强调动作正在进行中。我们来看看这个例句。Helen saw the children playing in the yard. Helen 看见孩子们在院子里玩耍。下一个文法 Until the rope came apart. 直到那条绳子断开。Until 是连接词，意思是直到，到什么的时候。Come apart 表示解体、散开。我们来看看这两个例句。第一个 Tom stayed at the office until the project was completed. Tom 待在办公室直到专案完成。第 第二个例句 The shelf came apart when we tried to move it. 当我们试图移动这个架子的时候，架子解体了。最后一个文法 Learn a lesson. 学到教训。Lesson 在这里是教训、经验的意思。我们来看看这个例句。Judy learned a lesson not to lend money to friends. Judy 学到了不要借钱给朋友的教训。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Have you ever seen blue tears? Every year from April to June, the glowing algae bloom, making it the best time to chase the tears. If you visit Matsu during this period, you'll have the chance to witness this dreamy, limited-time spectacle with blue glowing dots lighting up the coast. If you miss it, don't worry. Now you can experience blue tears anytime at the Blue Tears Ecological Museum. The Blue Tears Ecological Museum is a one-of-a-kind museum located on Nangan Island, Matsu. This museum offers visitors an interactive experience with Matsu's famous blue tears. Every April and May, the oceans around Matsu will glow bright blue at night. These blue tears are caused by tiny plankton that grow in the water this time of year. The Blue Tears Ecological Museum began to grow these special plankton so visitors can see the blue tears year-round. Inside the museum, visitors can stir bowls full of seawater and watch the water glow bright blue. The museum also has rooms providing information about the blue tears. Visit the Blue Tears Ecological Museum for an unforgettable experience. At the Blue Tears Ecological Museum, you can get up close with blue tears through expert guided tours. The museum also has a 360-degree 4D virtual reality experience that makes you feel like you're really in the sea among the algae. There are many other places, like Bay High Tunnel, where you can see blue tears and feel like you're in a fairyland. Don't miss out on this unique experience when you visit Matsu.